Nospisk here, and today we're going to be going over one of my favourite Skyrim Xbox One mods, dynamic display settings. So let's get right into it. This is dynamic display settings by LazerBombingRiver, and it comes in at only 74.49 KB, which means that it can easily fit into any load order. When we first hit the page, you'll notice that the description's huge. This is only because of the amount of important information that the mod author has had to include. It can be overwhelming, but no worries, I will be breaking it down for you today. Just before we get into the mod and I'll show you exactly how it works, you'll notice that within the description there's a disclaimer. This just tells us that it was designed for PC, so that some of the features that are included within the mod may not work. So without further ado, let's start using the mod. So firstly, we're just going to pull up our magic menu and head over to powers, and if we scroll down, there'll be the dynamic display settings spell. So we're going to click that first and pull up the main menu. As soon as the menu is pulled up, we're presented with 6 options: brightness, saturation and contrast, red, green and blue tints, bloom, DOF, pressman and day cycle. So just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to be adding in some random values so that you can see some of the changes that the mod can make. Now that we're happy with the brightness, contrast and saturation, let's head over and add some red, green and blue tints. Now that we have done that, we're going to head back to the menu and you'll notice we're left with bloom and DOF. As the mod author explained within the disclaimer, some options may not actually work on Xbox as the mod was designed for PC. Unfortunately, these are those options as they make barely any difference whatsoever. Now that we have inputted all our values, we are left with 2 more options: pressman and day cycle. Pressman allows you to set the current preset as default, clear the current preset, delete the current preset, or delete all presets that have been made. So with day cycle, it allows you to manipulate each part of the day. So if you prefer longer days or longer nights, then this could come in really handy. This will also be very useful for when we are making presets for dawn, day, dusk and night, so we can easily fast forward to them specific time slots. So once we are happy and we've tweaked everything, we're going to head back to the main menu and click on Pressman. And now we have a few options. So we can set the current preset as default, but what that will do is that it will set the exterior lighting and tints that you've just made for dawn, day, dusk and night, which I wouldn't recommend this simply because if you are in the middle of the day and you've made it slightly darker, and then as soon as we get to the evening time frame, the chances are it's going to be way too dark. So to add to this, the interiors do not follow a day cycle like exteriors, but instead you'll be making one preset for taverns, one preset for all your homes, and things like that. Now we're just going to click done and done again, and it will just save the current preset for the time frame that you're in. So I know that I wouldn't recommend setting a preset as a default for all time periods, especially when you're adjusting the brightness. However, within my own playthroughs, especially for the exteriors, what I tend to do is add one preset for all different time periods, and the reason for that is all I do is add a slight blue tint. And what this blue tint does is it just gives a colder, atmospheric feel, and it also makes the glaciers and icebergs, etc. pop a bit more. So say for example we're not happy with the current preset, what we can do is, as you see on screen, we could just head into the individual menus and just reset them to default. The other option you have is that you can head directly to Pressman instead, and you can either clear the current preset or delete the current preset. These are identical and do the exact same thing. If you're not happy with any of the presets for the exterior, you can just delete them all and start from a blank slate. Now that's done and we've deleted all current presets, we're going to head over to War Maidens. I'm going to show you exactly what this mod can do for the interiors. As you can see within War Maidens, it's pretty well lit, but for the purpose of this video, let's make some changes. And there we go. After the changes that we've made, War Maidens now has become a lot more intense and mysterious. But let me know in the comments, do you prefer interiors to be lighter or darker? And that's the end of the video. If you found this helpful, you've learnt something new, make sure you like, comment and subscribe so that you don't miss future uploads, and I'll see you soon.